Okay, so here's a building A and here's a building B. Here's using the ordinance on this building. This is what you can maximum do. Here's on this building. This is what it would look like maxed out. And then you realize, oh, that's crazy. That's just way too much. Or this one might be like, oh yeah, that's totally fine. And then being able to show a rendering, being able to show visuals of the implication of something, which really helps everyone get on board. Because a lot of times planners and folks working at the city don't have that capacity. Some do, but not many. They don't understand the implications or are just trying it out in a bunch of different scenarios. Another policy we're working on right now, for example, there's an ordinance that's requiring seismic upgrades to all non-ductile concrete buildings in the city of Los Angeles. There's about 2,000 buildings on that list. Of the 2,000, only 30 have actually gone through plan check, and of that 30, we've done 15. So again, boots on the ground, we have the most experience, and it is a mess. Like just the way that it's unclear how to interpret certain things and how expensive the retrofits are becoming, so that a lot of owners are just like, I can't do that. But we said, hey, mayor's office, I know this was your idea. You're really into this, and this is great for us to upgrade these buildings. Can we help create a little task force, and we will lead it, and we will get all the best structural engineers, and then we will come up collectively, like with their technical things, as well as our understanding of what's not working from a bigger building perspective and with the owners. Let's come up with some incentives and some changes to the actual ordinance. And so the mayor's office, of course, they're like, great, because no one's doing this ordinance. This is a really important thing to happen. It's like, they know it's not going well. With something like that, we're looking at it with different levels. So there's one level of code interpretation that the structural engineers are dealing with what the city plan checkers are saying. You have to interpret it this way. And then a lot of them are saying, no, we interpret it this way. Why can't we do this? So if it's an interpretation, it's not changing code. And it should really be about sitting in the room and negotiating and making sure everyone's on the same page, but finding some interpretations that maybe aren't so restrictive or work specifically with these types of buildings. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is, like, again, developer incentives. So if it's going to cost a lot more to retrofit a building like this, how do we create more revenue coming out of the building for that owner? Or if it's a new owner, now they've just spent a whole bunch of money because they're buying at market rate, and they have to do these, this retrofit. They have to find a way to get more money out of the building. So we're coming up with ideas like using the rooftops. Since you have to structurally upgrade the building anyway, it's not that much more to also upgrade the roof. But sometimes it'll kick in new floor area or a new parking requirement, and you're in an existing building, usually property line to property line. You can't do parking, all that kind of stuff. So trying to eliminate maybe some of the planning requirements. So in that policy innovation, we're trying to look at it at different scales of what can be done. Because also that ordinance incentives, that's going to take years, because that's a very long process, versus the code interpretation stuff, which can be still a long process, but it can be a lot shorter. As a part of the process, you exponentially increase your network, first of all, because now you're just talking to so many more people and that are involved in your community or your passion, and then you're a thought leader. And when you're a thought leader, you're an expert. And then you kind of can rise to the top of that passion, whatever it is that you have.